Oh, changing to Russia.
Russia. I think I like this. Russia is really good against Japan.
And Master Dutch is okay with this. He's good with this matchup.
He's not afraid of the Russian power here.
No, definitely not. Okay, this will be an interesting matchup, which I think will see some very aggressive play from Russia at the start, which is always an exciting game.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see like 40 Strelas just massing up around this town center so he can't even gather resources.
Yeah, definitely. The Strela start is good for Russia here because Japan has difficulty starting Nagy, I think. But I'm not much of a Russia player or Japan player, so we'll see how these guys decide to play it out.
And we have on the right side of the map, in the color blue, Holme playing as Russia, and on the left side of the map, in the color orange, MASTERdutch playing as Japan.
Definitely. And this map is Bengal, so some notifying characteristics here is it has this cliff which is separating the entire top half of the map. So it really creates this vital choke point here in the middle of the map. First off, though, does the map look fair? Looking at hunts here.
I think gold mines are pretty fair.
Yeah, each person has 3 mines on their starting plateau here. I think hunts look fair. So elephants did spawn a little far away from the TC. That can be a little annoying for Russia, but huh? Yeah, you're still in game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It could be
There we go.
okay. All right. Blue is here though, so. All right, and game number 1 of this best of 3 series starting out.
Here we see Japan finding an 80 coin treasure, but maybe he's not gonna try to pick that up yet because he needs to make his shrine first.
Lag is huge.
Oh,
We did a lag test,
okay.
so um, hopefully it'll clear up here in just a sec.
Yeah, sometimes the map just takes a while to load, especially if your PC is
Yeah,
not very good. I think Holme is running a Pentium 4 or something.
all right, here we go. So Japan's starting off, working its way down this 50 coin treasure, starting their consulate, and Russia picked up, I believe, 20 coin? Yeah, 20 coin, so.
Yeah, pretty standard start here for Japan so far. He did go for the consulate. Some players may not choose to go for that if they want to age up a bit faster or something. But
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing standard Japan play here. Now, I almost forgot that in the most recent version of Bengal, they did add some collectible water buffalo around the maps, and that's gonna benefit Japan. They like to put those on their main shrine.
oh, definitely. We see him already finding one here in the south part.
Yeah, it looks good, and Russia not even finding the one closest to his base here, so we could see some uneven water buffalo distribution here between the players.
I think MASTERdutch has studied this map a little bit, so he knows exactly where the buffalo tend to spawn. You see him already going towards just scouting the south part of the map.
Looks like that too, but he's not sending them back to his TC, so maybe he'll get started on that soon. Or maybe he's using them as extra scouting units, who knows. But Russia is going to be picking up this 30 food Meanwhile, Japan is starting on another 50 coin treasure. So we do have a 50 wood here down in the bottom of the map. The wood treasures are probably the most important on this map. And it looks like that's the only wood treasure.
Yeah, I can't find another one.
So,
There is 100 food treasure here, which is quite nice, but I don't think either player will actually find that. It's kind of hidden away in the bottom of the map.
true. Russia got his elephant dead right under his TC. That's always great. Really minimizes his walking time for his villagers and allows them to get a smoother age up, especially now that Russia has 255 cost fills instead of 270. So you even see him deleting his water buffalo here, I believe, to get an idleless age up.
Yeah, that's interesting. And each one of those elephants has 1,000 food, so you can easily age up by just both of those elephants.
Yeah, it's really great. So yeah, Russia's clicking up here at around 255. And Japan still has a ways to go, about 100 food until they age up. And yeah, 3 forward base villagers coming here out of Russia. I definitely expect to see some aggressive play.
Oh, sneaky. And Japan's heroes are not in place here to scout this out. So
No, but he forgot to pick up 50 wood here. I think
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, hopefully he realizes it. I think as Japan though, you can kind of expect some very aggressive play here from Russia, and I wouldn't be surprised if he even lays down a wall segment or two here to just give himself a more defensive structure.
Yeah, his building placement is pretty decent. This map only gives one cherry orchard, right? So
Yeah, that's right. So, and he just has those 2 berries.
yeah, so it's not the best map for Japan actually in that sense.
That's true. There are a lot of hunts so you can spread around and shrine. And he did get 4 of these water buffalo, which will help. Ooh, this is he places, I think, as close to the edge of that little swamp island as he could, so.
Yeah, pretty much in the middle of the map there, trying to take the early control.
And he's up. And I expect him to send 5 Cossack here first. He just sent a shipment.
Yeah. And Japan's only 70% of the way up now, and with just 1 villager on the big shrine. So
okay,
it's gonna be a while.
Here are the wall segments here coming down for Japan. I like this. Walls are relatively cheap and quick to build and can really help against a rush, especially against cavalry.
And Holmes already got his explorer in there being annoying and just shooting villagers.
Yeah, and okay. He could use his explorer here to maybe block off the potential addition to this wall, but it looks like he's just going to siege it. And Japan clicks up. So, alright, here come the first 10 Strelets.
And 13 Strellet shipment right behind it.
This will be interesting. So I wonder what Japan ships here then.
Well, he's gonna be forced to go for a stable. Well, he's making a barracks in the back of the base there.
It's possible he
Could ship the Daimo.
Or enlist irregulars. We'll see what he chooses to do. Strelets still do just such little damage to villagers. He can afford to take some shots here before garrison them. But he did pick off 1.
That's right, 1 villager going down already, but he's also forcing them to garrison.
Oh yeah, I like this though. MASTERdutch is spreading out his TC shots so he doesn't overkill these Strelets and using his villagers to finish them off. But he is losing a couple in the process.
Yeah, that's already almost 4 villagers. Oh, yeah. I think he did get that. No, he didn't.
And he did ship 600 wood first, so I don't know, maybe Daimyo or enlist regulars would be better here.
There's the 4th villager. And more Strelets keep streaming in here.
Yeah, I mean, MASTERdutch has lost 5 villagers to Holmes just 7 Strelets, and that's a trade that you'll want to take any day, I believe, because Russia.
I can see how this Strellet mask can be really frustrating to deal with for Japan,
Yeah.
especially with no army early on.
Definitely.
He
And
does
here-
have 2 Yumi archers out.
Here come the 5 Cossacks, though, about to shut that down. We'll see what he has in queue. He doesn't. Okay, MASTERdutch doesn't have any more units in queue, but still, you have to wonder how he's going to get out of this situation here. He does call the sentries here the halberdier sentries, but there's not enough of them to do anything.
It's looking pretty tough for Japan.
Yeah,
Well, he is on
Okay.
100 shrine pop.
and he has sent enlisted regulars now, so he is going to one-shot these Strelets, and I believe these Russian musks. Or maybe he'll. Oh, he two-shot some musks. But he's going to pick off another villager, but he moves his entire army to do so. I would like him to siege this Rax now, maybe, or maybe just stay under the TC, because with 600 wood, Japan can rebuild that Rax pretty easily.
Yeah, but with enlist and irregulars, maybe he doesn't want to
That's true.
lose units to the TC fire.
That's very true. I like this move then.
Sieging down the barracks here, I think he will get it with no problems.
Yeah.
And it looks like Holme has switched up to making musks now instead of Strelets.
Yeah, I like that. Adds a lot more siege potential. And 5 Ashy shipment coming out of here for MASTERdutch. But still, it's just when you look at the military unit population, 33 to 9, you have to wonder what Japan's going to do.
Ранен, не могу идти.
Well, he does still have the sentry pop, the second one.
That's true. Oh, that's true. So yeah, maybe you don't want to stay under this TC at all, actually. But I would maybe like to see him siege this Toshuga Shrine. But maybe now he's just electing to siege shrines off the map. He did do quite a bit of damage early on, so I think he can afford to do this.
Yeah, if you see the economic unit population, it's 14 to 23, but with the shrines, it's actually 25 to 28.
Yeah, so actually Japan is kind of right up there with the economy until Russia starts picking off these shrines.
A stable going down now for Russia, so we're going to see some more Cossacks.
Yeah.
And Japan did manage to get 2 barracks up here,
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
but they are kind of far away from his TC. They're not being covered.
Right. So we'll see if Russia scouts that and decides to go. But Russia's just laying down another blockhouse here for extra map control. And just picking off these few shrines here.
Yeah, I think Russia realized that his TC was just doing too much damage now with the extra power, so he's just going for the shrines.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good move by him.
Yeah,
Because he
I think
does
so
have
too.
the complete map. He can boom and just take all the shrines out while he still masses his army.
But you do have to, I think, maybe be careful of how much time you do give Japan. I don't know if you want to pick off all the shrines on the map, but maybe.
Yeah,
Not
he
entirely
could just leave like 5 or 10 musks.
Yeah, that's also very true. He does have the military unit advantage to do that. Maybe he might want to think about picking off a couple closer to his town center for future hunts needed.
The military unit population is definitely in favor of Russia here, as expected. 56 to 23.
Yeah, and Japan even creeping ahead in the recalculated economic population. But you do have to realize, even though the population right now is even, he did go a long time without gathering any resources with his
Yeah,
villagers.
that's definitely true. He's just now getting up his market, so I
yeah,
don't think he's
that's actually interesting.
probably didn't get any upgrades yet.
But Yumi's behind the wall are, pretty good. Oh, but the Cossack are snaking in here. And Strelets get in there to pick off those these ashes up. This will be interesting. He does still have, he has the sentries from the enlisted regulars.
And base zero pop here.
Yeah, but those go right into the Cossacks, not the
Yeah.
best top. Still though, a large section of Russia's army is struggling to even. Meanwhile, these unis are just bunched up and doing tons of damage. The Cossacks can't touch them with this nice villager block. And this fight is going, I think, all in all, as well as Japan can hope for it to go.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice positioning.
Yeah. He's still losing more villagers though. And if he can get a trap here with the irregular sentries, I don't think he has the resources.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, this might just be a good game.
More Cossacks coming in.
Yeah.
He's got some units here left behind.
Yeah, I think that's intentional because he just knows he can't. He got separated by Russia's army. Yeah.
He doesn't want to waste them. But he can't gather any resources. Russia's just keeping him confined inside his town center here.
And Russia's just going to keep sieging this TC. I like that. Oh, he missed one build though to re-garrison.
And his town center's down to 2,000 hit points here. It could go down 1,800, 1,600. Wow,
Yeah.
it looks like it's gonna go down. And
I think so too. I like just splitting off these 3 or 4 Cossacks here. But he's abandoning it. I don't know.
It's got 600 hit points. I mean, it's just a couple of more.
Yeah, it's this
swags
indecision.
here.
Either he should have gone for the army at the very start or finished the TC here. But I think he's just so far ahead, it's hard to lose here. Some nice cap control there out of Holme.
Yeah, and he left 3 Cossack here to pick
Yeah.
off some more villagers.
That's nice. MASTERdutch still just trying to stay alive.
It's down to 400 hit points now, the town center. I think this is the last push.
Yeah.
We did manage to get 4 Uni out, but it's just not going to be enough.
No, and 10 more Strelets coming in. I expect GG to be called here pretty soon.
Well, Russia just ran out of food in this base, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, he had already migrated some bills over here earlier, just because of the shrine presence. Just go for this TC. It's so close to being dead.
He could get a sneaky repair in, but it
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
have
he's
to work.
trying to macro for that, right?
Yeah.
But that's not going to matter here.
I wonder how many villagers Japan has right now.
I think 14. And I
14,
think they're all
yeah.
in this TC. So that's it. That's GG called. And game number 1 going to Holme.
That was well played by the Russian player there. He did what he had to do.
I agree. I think some people will question if Japan should be played into Russia here. Russia, I think, historically does very well versus Japan with starting Strelets.
Yeah, they did well before, and now on this patch where they got a little bit of a, a buff, and Japan got a nerf, even more so.
Yeah, definitely. And just the military unit population graph is insane, right? So this is around 128, and Bramboy reminded me that we do some civilization restrictions here. So it looks like you must play at least 2 civilizations, then may play any civilization again. So I think that both Russia and Japan are off the table for the players.
So you can't repeat before you play another one.
Right.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought that you could play the same Civ twice and then have to play another one if it went to a third game.
That's how it was in group stage, and things changed just a little bit here for round of 128. I'm going to be right back though. I'm just going to use the restroom very quickly.
Okay.
All right.
I wonder what Civs they're gonna pick next.
I don't know.
The map is high plains, so a TP boom is definitely viable here.
Yeah, I definitely think civs that can utilize ATP are good here. You think of ports immediately. I think
Yeah.
ports are very good on this map, especially with the high herd counts. Spain is also quite good.
Yeah. And well, Dutch is always good. They're just too strong in this patch.
No, I agree, definitely.
And British is also an option, although they can take 1 or 2 TPs, but they're pretty strong.
Yeah. Do we have 2 players? Does someone have to pick first? Let me confirm this with an admin here on Skype.
There's no coin flip, right? So they just have to agree.
You there? Okay. Our call discontinued here. Let me call him back up. Okay. So yes, did confirm that Holme had to pick first, lock his civ in, and all right, you back?
Yeah.
Great.
I clicked on your message you sent in Skype and it just like closed my Skype out.
Oh, weird. Yeah, sometimes stuff happens. But so Holme electing to choose France, and he's locked in, and then MASTERdutch wants to play Brits against that. So. Looks like we're all set for this next match. Never mind. Having some Skype issues here, guys. third time's a charm. Hey,
Hey, I think my Skype decided to update in the middle of the cast here.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Your voice, your mic sounds a little bit worse quality, but that should, I guess, straighten out once the update is done.
That's strange.
It's not bad. I think we're good.
Okay. We're ready to go here. Looks like it's going to
Yep.
be France against British, the classical Euro rivalry.
Perhaps the two most standard Age of Empires civs.
I think British is actually a little bit better right now, in a better spot. We'll see.
British are quite strong, I think, in this version of EP. I know a few high-level players think that. I know Mido thinks that. And it's due to not really that Brits got a buff, but rather that other civs got nerfs. For instance,
Yeah, exactly.
France is starting with 100 less food, and the native scout no longer has a snare, which is actually kind of a big deal in H1 for them. And
yeah, it's kind of funny to see him now, how he just bounces off. He just hits somebody and like bounces back and forth.
it's so relieving though when you're playing against France and you're like, oh, thank gosh, my explorer isn't dead.
Yeah.
But also, in addition, goons got nerfed too, right? Their range resistance.
Yeah, exactly. So longbows are really strong here.
Yeah. Does the map look fair to you?
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the gold mines. Looks like there's one more gold mine on Holme's side of the map, but it's kind of in the middle.
It's 5, or oh wait, yeah, there is 6 on France side, but I don't know. I think these two both sort of qualify as mid map here.
And this one's kind of in the middle, so it could be contested by both players.
Actually,
I mean, if you look at the distance from the town centers.
I think we have 3 mines here mid map, and then the other 3 are just sort of on the other 4 are just kind of on the outskirts. So I think map looks pretty fair here.
Yeah, I agree.
So I did not see. Was it a wood start? I didn't even notice.
No.
No.
Well,
Oh
just
no, it is. It is. So Brits electing for that TP, and France going for this one. This is the TP to go. Is a yoke pass. Let me know when I was streaming one time. This is the one where you get the first pass, and it gets your first shipment extremely early. It's like the middle TP on Great Plains. So a bit of an advantage here for blue early in the game. Yeah, see, just missing it here for MASTERdutch.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Or yeah, well, I said 40 XP, but that's just from building it.
Yeah. And France is gonna get his up.
Yeah. So he's gonna be not a whole shipment ahead, but like half a shipment ahead.
Yeah. Now he's already gonna get his 3 villager shipments, and that's a minute 10 into the game. That's insane. So.
Is there 140 food treasure anywhere to be seen?
That's what I was looking for.
I don't see it.
I don't either. I see 50 wood here that Brit is gonna pick up. We got that villager treasure, which is just guided by the lowly coyotes. It looks like France is going to see the coyote treasure here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think we'll see him just skip by it.
Well, I think it's an easy treasure to pick up. These coyotes are pretty easy to micro, and they give you quite a lot of XP each, plus the villagers. So it's a pretty decent treasure.
Oh yeah, the villager is very good. But over here, he's the pet coyote, or the nearly mature coyote pup.
Oh yeah.
Which is not quite
quite
as good. Although I thought it was a bad treasure, and then someone got it against me and just harassed my explorer like crazy, and it looks quite a strong coyote. I would say that it's not even nearly mature. I would even say it's actually fully matured. It's pretty, got some meat
It's
bite
pretty
to it.
fierce.
Yeah. But no love for the cow treasure either. Cheeky shot there from Holme.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Drive-by.
Yeah.
Nice hurting here by the British player.
Yeah, I like that. I love seeing.
Both players actually done a good job.
Yeah. There's something extremely satisfying about some dead hunts right by the TC.
It all looks organized and
Yeah.
neat. He could maybe start working on his second hunt, but I guess he wants to age up first, because minus 100 food, I mean, you can't really afford to move that many villagers around.
Yeah. It looks like he clicks up right there at 315. I even think, I guess it makes sense that Brits... No, Brits aged right amount of vills, so never mind. Thought maybe they aged a vill late. I think they're okay.
60 food treasure being picked up here by France.
Yeah. Just get all the treasures they can right now. This villager treasure's still up for grabs here.
So far, 50 wood and 30 coin for MASTERdutch and 60 food for France. Is that all that's been picked up?
I think so. There aren't a whole lot of great treasures. I was going for the 70 XP
yeah.
here. So, well, I'm interested to see what both players do. We have this long TP line. If France decides to ship 700 wood first and tries to take control of it, if Brits are trying to deny the TP line to France, there's a lot of things you can do on this map. You can even choose to ignore the TP line and try to go for maybe a fast fortress agenda or something.
It looks like France is going for placer mines before hunting dogs. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it makes. I think
Oh,
it
never
makes
mind.
sense
He's
in
got.
terms. Oh, okay.
Well, he did. No, he did already get placer mines, and now he's getting hunting dogs.
I think generally you actually maybe chop more coin than food in transition because you want to get that steel traps.
Yeah, and especially if he's going to start with cav, also he's going to need a lot of coin.
So Brits with this early TP, and I kind of like this build. They decided to go 3 Vil into Virginia Company here, and then they age with 500 food. So I think Brit is just going to boom until they get 200 manor pop, and then I think they're going to start making units.
Virginia Company, I didn't catch that. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. And a stable coming down here for Holme, which is also some rating pressure, especially against Virginia Company when you use so many villas, is pretty good as well.
I think Holme is going to go for a semi-FF.
I think so too. We'll see. Yeah, he does 4 villagers first, so I don't really think he has any trading post agenda here. And barracks is being dropped by the Brits with the 700 wood. I like that just because it's really awkward to go against a Hussar semi-FF without units to defend the raids.
Yeah, we may actually even see pikemen out.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually wouldn't be surprised if he did. Although maybe he just, I mean, he's not macroing coin at all, so probably just pikemen. Let's look at text completed. Brits don't even have a market yet. They say, I don't need your market. I get a villager with every 87 wood. And I don't know
I'd like
how I
to
feel about
see this 40 coin being picked up, though.
I would too. I think a market would be easy to build right now, and you'd have hunting dogs and gang saw. But nonetheless, they still have an insane amount of villagers. And here come the 5 huskies.
Yeah, the TP already spotted one of them,
yeah,
but not the other 4, so...
Oh.
It's gonna get 1 villager, looks like.
Oh, there's a pikeman pop. That is so very, very clutch.
Nice
he's even
timing.
going to take off, almost kill an entire Hussar, so...
Down to 40 HP here.
Yeah. And now we see the market coming down for Brits. Meanwhile, France is following this up with 700 coin and 700 wood. France is not aging yet, but with this wood, I'd maybe like to see another trading post. Or maybe not. I mean, it is a little late.
Oh, he
Oh,
almost got another villager down to 6 HP, but losing 2, 3 hussars. Not
yeah,
worth it.
another 5 pike pop. That was good. That's some good timing here from MASTERdutch. If we go to units lost, 1 villager for 3 hussar, and that villager is extremely cheap because it's a Virginia company villager. So
Exactly, 87 wood villager.
yeah, still no market upgrades for MASTERdutch though.
Yeah, well, he does have one here,
Yeah,
but no ups. Well, he does have a hunting dogs and great coat.
yeah. And Holme is already up to the 3rd age here in just a second. And he has a shipment to send, so we'll see what this shipment is. I think 1,000 wood makes a strong case here. You know, Brits doesn't have a whole lot of military right now. I feel like you can put some units to defend these TPs and maybe take the TP line, or maybe you drop another town center and gain map control. Or maybe he also just decides to ship units and go for that early fortress timing where Brits don't have a whole lot of units out right now.
Are you seeing the units in queue?
Not right now. I can go. I said,
He's got 2 cuirassier and
Yeah.
1 skirmisher.
and he's got a nice little raid there. The pike's coming. Only 1 build picked up. And second barracks coming down for Brits. I think Brit has every intention of playing this H2 and just overwhelming France with the large number of units they can get with their economic population. And you see it's 44. Okay, with recalculate, it's 44 to 30. Though France is up in age, so we'll see how this goes.
But France needs to make something happen now.
Yeah.
And he's opting to go for cuirassier first. That's kind of interesting. We'll see how it plays out for him.
I think you almost need to, though. If you're not going to ship 2 Falcons right away, you need something to deal with the longbows. Because even in Age 2, longbows can deal cost effectively with skirms and even perhaps beat them.
Yeah, that is true. Good point.
But the Cav is scouted by Orange's Explorer there. And we'll see how this goes.
And he does have 2 hussar left here from the 5 he made. I'm not sure about this. He does have a lot of pikemen available here.
I think Brit is totally okay here with the Minutemen pop.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think it's up to France to do something here because... oh, he was aging. I didn't even notice. There's a taunt for that. I don't know it. But, wow. So Brits are clicking up. And this game suddenly looks very Brit favored, I think. France just doesn't have the military or the economy to really do much of anything right now.
Still massing longbows here. I like that. Maybe
like
add
it
some
too.
muskets too.
And I would even though goons got nerfed, I would add in some goons just because if you keep them back, which you can because longbows have insane, they outrange skirmishers, so you can keep your goons back, and then they still do quite good damage against cavalry. But 2 Falcons coming in here for the France player and the British player. So a crucial engagement will happen soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think Brit is getting to a point where he needs to push out because, well, he does have a little bit of hunt left here.
Yeah, that one just back-hurted though. That was kind of sucked.
But he needs to eventually take more map. Everybody knows how much food Brit consumes in a short period of time.
Yeah. He's trying to herd this one here in the corner, but it's still so far away. And this is definitely the point in time where France can maybe identify where Brits is gathering and try to deny that. And I think Brits is opting with this. I think they're still making pikemen here in the 3rd age. We'll see if he decides to upgrade them.
Let's see, text being researched. Doesn't show up yet.
Brit,
Oh, there we go. There we have something.
yeah, he just dropped
That
200 coin.
Yeah.
He's maybe a little bit mismacro for a little bit, but it looks like he redistributed his villagers. He's still has quite a bit of coin.
There's not so many skirms out for France. Well, there's a couple of more coming in here, so I think this pikeman mass is a good choice.
I agree. We'll
If you
see.
can, the Falk battle is going to be key here.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if France can really do much of anything unless they have these two Falcons alive. Cav combat here coming in for France. I don't know if they have enough cures though. I think
Oh, that
maybe
volley.
even 3 cures would be better. But yeah, these are ooh,
Oh man, that is painful to watch.
yeah. Mongos
no.
are just gonna go for it though. And I like this move. Oh, and-
Nice.
Yeah,
And he still has one left.
yeah. So France is catching up in eco, but now Brit has military advantage. Oh, I like those 3
Sneaky.
husks. Oh, and look at that. If they stay there, they might just catch those villagers.
That was perfect timing.
Yeah.
But I think they're going for the hunt though.
Yeah, true.
But still, look,
Oh,
he's moving in
but he's still gonna scout them.
just in time. But I think these cures
He
can
does.
actually
Oh.
take out these hussar if they just fight them. But it's not
Oh,
the best
nice
way to
one.
do it.
Yeah, definitely. See, now I would like to see Orange just push his army here to try and cut off this. Might be a little late there. Oh no, he gets a nice volley though with the longbows. Only 2
Oh,
goons
man.
out here.
They do so much damage to cavalry, it's insane.
Yeah, they just have such a high base damage.
And high DPS.
Yeah, I think he did pick up 1 villager here. But I mean, all these cav are chasing these 3 hussars, and meanwhile,
Yeah, I think France is in trouble now because he has to shift his eco around. His gold mines run out, and just as that happens, Brit decides to push out.
definitely. And you look at the scores too. Brit is up 213 to 17, and a bit of that is inflated from the high manor count, but still, I think Brit is in a very commanding position here.
Yeah, this is not good for France.
No, it looks like he's just trying to find a hunt, maybe.
Or a gold mine. I think those were on the gold mine. He needs to go to this mine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Big engagement going here, but these longbows are just doing work against these skirms. I think we might see that pikes are just a very bad unit here, though. We'll see. No, there's not enough skirms. I really don't think. He's gonna try to pick off this falconet though with the CDBs. I like that. He should go into melee. He needs to go into melee there. Oh, moving the pikes around. Oh, this.
Oh man. Yeah, and these curves are just dropping so fast.
Yeah,
for the pikes.
there's not a whole lot of pikes left, but these, I think the remaining.
1 left, 2 left. Minutemen called.
Yeah, so
I think this battle could have
goes-
gone a lot better for Brit. I think France
Definitely.
actually did a good job here.
France did a very nice job defending that. Maybe Brits could add some better unit control here, but he cleans it up. But he doesn't clean it up that, too much in favor of him. I think Brits can bounce back here. And he's coming with another Huss raid, and France doesn't have anything on the floor to deal with that.
The military is a little bit in favor of Brit right now, but well, actually now it's a lot in favor of Brit, 34 to 21, and
Yeah.
the economic population also.
And here's the raid, and there just aren't any units in place to stop it. But
it's
CDBs
actually-
are strong.
It's a nice play here by Brit. He's doing what he has to do, keeping the French player off the food,
I agree.
so he can't remass and just taking map. He's got another town center up here.
Oh, I like that town center. Picking off 2 CDBs there with the 5 Hussar raid and getting out of there unsnared. Wonder if he's going to stick with these vet pikemen. I'm not sure if it's the best choice, but I think he can afford to do it.
Yeah. He could actually add some dragoons, like you said. Do we have he does have a stable, of course. He's making Hussar.
Yeah. And he scouts this 3 cure raid from his TC line of sight, so that's very nice. Nothing in place. Oh, the pikemen are going. So, I mean, with 3 cures up there, I maybe would just push this hunt now with Brit.
Right now, the only thing France has in favor or going for him are these two TPs. I would like to see him take maybe another one. He can take the middle. Well, this is kind of risky to take. But
Yeah, I don't know if he can
maybe this
afford.
top one here would be nice.
That could be with the villager up there. He definitely it feels like he definitely needs something to get him back into this game.
But
That
there is
fight,
no stagecoach upgrade, so...
yeah, that's true.
Oh man, Brit just managed to mass up a lot of units here. These are a lot
Yeah,
of Hus.
I think this is gonna go very well.
Oh,
Yep,
he just
there we go.
deletes everything. Looks like GG there.
There's a UI mod here for that. Oh, I don't know the concept command. But so MASTERdutch is tying it up 1-1 in this best of 3, so it's gonna come down to the wire. I might have been forgetting to say GG. I'm so concentrated. That was a well-played game by Brits there. I like that.
Yeah, it was. And I think France did a decent job. I mean, I think I expected Brit to win this matchup just because of the patch changes
Yeah.
and whatnot. So he was kind of brave to try out France here.
I think maybe France should have tried to go for a TP line. I'm not sure. But I like that build order coming out of Brits. I'm pretty sure he did 700 wood, 700 coin, and just aged up off of that.
Yeah, definitely. So here we go. We're going to see a game 3 here. As expected, this series turns out to be quite even. It's 1-1 for both players currently. We're going to have the third indecisive game.
Yeah, this is an exciting match between two pretty evenly matched players.
We may see a Japan-Russia again here. Looks like they want a rematch.
Yeah, MASTERdutch is already choosing to click back into Japan. I think he knows that he could have played that first game a little better. I think enlisted regulars instead of 600 wood might have been a better choice there. But still, I still don't like playing Japan into Russia.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but this map maybe favors a little bit more Japan than Bengal, because maybe when the hunts run out, he has a chance, or if he manages to get some good shrines down and block off the hunts for Russia.
Yeah. And this map is, if I'm not mistaken, the one with the llamas on the left side.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
with 2 explorers, Japan can get a slight advantage there.
That is true.
So I'm just going to confirm the Civ rules here. That oh, he's changing to Germany.
Germany.
Oh,
I
but
think that's risking it. He should just stick with Russia. I mean, he's already done it once. He could do it again.
yeah, and he recognizes it's not a TP map, right? Pampasieres only has the native trade posts.
Yeah. I think playing Germany into Japan here will be throwing his chance here.
Possibly.
But we'll see what he chooses. Oh, he's saying MASTERdutch has to pick first.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
The MASTERdutch chose Japan right off the start.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you have to maybe question the Japan pick, because if you're going to be locked into a match, I feel like Japan is a civ that can be counter-cived relatively easy. but he seems confident. And I think if you look at his ELO, he plays almost entirely Japan. So, you know, sometimes you have to come back to what's familiar with you, and you just have to kind of forget about matchup.
Yeah. So it looks like Holman needs a second here. Maybe he's debating what civ he needs to ask a friend or 50-50.
Yeah, this is a big game, right? You know, this is round of 128 in this single elim tournament. So whoever wins this continues, and whoever doesn't is out.
Yeah, Ryan is saying that this map is actually way better for Japan because of the rush distance. It's quite a bit longer, and there's 3 lanes of play.
Yeah, he says it's harder to clear out shrines. So H2O dropping some knowledge. And then I think this is where I say, like, this is why I'm a captain or something. Because I don't know these things. Forever PR28. Oh, I'm PR27 right now, so I'm not even PR28.
Well, you'll get there. You were a major, weren't you?
Yeah, I reached PR30 once upon a time. I still have that screenshot. It was maybe the best day of my life. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay, he's still deciding. He can't play French because of no TP, he's saying. So, what is he going to go for? Russia. It looks like we're going to see Russia again.
Yeah, and Holme is a little pessimistic here. He says that he thinks he might lose. So, we'll see.
Well, I think everybody is a little bit scared when they play against Japan, even if you have like their best counter.
Oh, yeah, I still am.
Japan is Japan.
Yeah. Pulling a Zuda. Have my Friday Diet Coke here.
Okay.
He
It
always,
looks like the game is starting here. He logged in Russia, right?
Yep.
Yeah, immediately we can see how this map could be more beneficial for Japan here. I mean, he could place the shrines like
Yeah.
far away, so Russia has to walk a long distance to take them down.
And especially Russia doesn't have a pike unit in H2, right? Like when you play against Japan, a lot of times you might just want to make 5 pikes to run around the map sieging because they have such high siege and they're very cheap units. But Russia can't really afford to do that.
Yeah, exactly. The map is looking quite fair, I think.
I think so too. Both players have.
Well, these 2 gold mines are a little bit closer to Japan than Russia. In the middle of the map.
Yeah, but Russia does have. I'm also looking at hunts. Looks like Japan has 2 hunts in base, and then 3 on the outside, and Russia only has 1 hunt in base and 3 on the outside.
Okay, you want to call a restart?
I think maybe.
Yeah, sure. We can do a restart. Why not?
Okay.
I mean, it's the decisive game. We should give them both.
Yeah, I think it's better safe than sorry.
This map.
Yeah, I agree. Japan is better hunt. This is he can like Toshuga shrine that and regular shrine that and like have 2 shrines here. He has a lot of easily defendable shrines. I'm gonna stick with that. I think we did a good call there.
Yeah, why not? We can restart the games if they're unfair. I mean, have to give both players fair
Yeah.
game here. Oh man, it's getting really hot here. I think I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner.
Yeah, I have a fan pointed directly at me because it's a little warm in my room too. Especially my room is so small, and my PC runs a little warm. And
Oh yeah.
I was playing Xbox earlier too, and that runs a little warm, and it heats up relatively quick.
In the wintertime, you just play Xbox and turn on your PC. You don't need heating.
Oh, it's true. I have the warmest room in the house come wintertime for sure.
Yeah, but in the summer, maybe it's not so nice. Eh?
Yeah, not quite. But summer's almost over.
It's
better,
spring
for
here
worse.
now in South America, so I'm
Oh,
looking
yeah.
forward to the summer.
That's nice.
Now he wants to. He's regretting the Russia decision.
If I'm not
Well,
mistaken,
I think if both players agree, they can actually change. We can ask the admins here, but I think so.
just want to make sure I get everything right.
Okay, never mind. They're just sticking with it.
Okay.
So
All right.
we'll just go.
So here we go. Starting up game number 3 in this best of 3 in the round of 128.
I think the hunts are actually looking better. Or Russia has 2 in base, 1 further out, 2 in base. Yeah. I think the hunts are better than last map
Yeah,
now.
I think so too. Do you see this little patch that looks like food in this top right corner that's not there? Or am I imagining things?
In the top right corner, like by the river?
Oh, it's just on my mini map. Yeah. Might be an invisible unit or something.
Yeah, I actually do see that.
But it's not a resource.
Yeah. It says IGC target if you click drag it.
Yeah. I think, yeah, what do you think of mines here? I know Russia seems like he is in, well, Russia has 2 mines back here, where Japan only has 1, and his next mine is here.
Yeah, Russia maybe has the mines a little bit closer to him.
I think it's alright though, because Japan's second mine is closer to his TC than Russia's second mine.
Yeah, that is true.
And then this mine in the middle, well, I think it's alright, because if you look at the 4 starting mines, they're in like the same semicircle for both TCs. You see that?
Yeah, it's true. I think we can play this map.
I think so. So we see the orchard rickshaw coming over here to scout for llamas, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the scout is picking up 70 food.
Consulate coming down right in front of the town center. He's already trying to make a wall with buildings,
Yep.
probably.
That's good.
He missed 1 llama here already, but maybe he'll go back and see it.
Yeah.
They tend to spawn around this cliff here, like in a circle.
Yeah, definitely. I've always found it personally hard scouting llamas here. But I think, yeah, like that circle pattern, sort of the zigzag thing works well.
Okay, and Japan will. I don't know if he's seen this other llama because he just passed by it with the llama scout.
Yeah, he should see both of them now on his mini map.
He's not going back with this explorer though.
No, nor the rickshaw.
If Russia keeps going up, he's gonna pick them up. It looks like that's what's gonna happen here because Japan had to make a shrine, so
Yeah, and his other explorer wasn't in position.
that was kind of unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have another one here also, which he should definitely take.
Yeah. Where did the second? Yeah, see the second rickshaw I would have maybe liked to see over there longer. But he's gonna get this llama. Should get this llama, and then also that's an 80 wood treasure there, which would be real nice for Japan.
So if he picks up this llama, it would be 4-4. Right now it's 4-3 in favor of Holme. Well, it looks like Holme's gonna pick it up. It's gonna be 5-3 in favor of Holme.
Yeah. Looking on the map for some good treasures. Really, that 80 wood one is... Oh, that's probably one of the better ones there, and looks like Russia's going to pick that up. And,
Yeah, this map tends to just have like 1 or 2 good treasures, and that's it.
Is this...
Maybe just 1 even.
Does Japan normally start aging up at 245?
No, that's quite an early age up, I think. Or...
He shipped Kami first.
How many villagers does he have?
He has 13.
12. 13. Yeah, I think that he skipped the villager.
Or wait, no, he's 11. Sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely
12.
skipped
One
2 villagers or so.
He's 13
And he's
now.
also, he took the villager off the shrine, off the big shrine, I mean. But now he
he's
put
putting
one
it
back on.
And Russia doing standard 14 built age up, and there come forward base villas scouted by the Japanese explorer.
So Japan knows exactly what's up here. He's gonna be prepared for it this time.
And it's not quite as aggressively placed as last time.
Wow. He did. That was kind of lucky though. He didn't know his barracks was going down just there, and he like danced around on top of it.
And he's not gonna get this blockhouse up before he ages, so that's gonna delay his first Strellet ship or his first Strellet batch by a lot.
Poof. Magic trick.
Yeah, they can just disappear. Seems like
they're so troll.
Seems like that'd be a pretty helpful skill in real life.
Well, this shrine's definitely gonna go down quite fast, but I like these. And maybe he can just stay on this side.
Yeah.
Actually, and he also has a lot of hunt around the back of his base. He can use the shrine up.
I really like this shrine placement because I think it gives him line of sight over this blockhouse. And if Russia decides to siege it, he's going to be sieging it with 10 Strelets, which will take forever and give Japan exactly the type of time that they need.
I like this little wall here. It's kind of interesting.
I like it too. His gold mine is still exposed from ranged units, but if he chooses to make mostly Yumi, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
What do you think about a stable start for Japan, though, against this Strellet push?
I don't know. See, I really don't play much Japan. And from what I understand, they just don't quite have the resources early to start stable. Especially because Russia can ship 5 Cossacks so easily instead of 13 Strelets. That it really becomes kind of risky, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we see here, okay, I like this. Enlisted Regulars is now his first colonial age shipment instead of 600 wood.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah. And oh, see, look at how many shots that those villagers can tank. This is...
Oh, one going down, though.
Yeah. But still, he's just losing Strelets every, few seconds here. And 3 Yumi coming out. And no 5 Cossack shipment yet.
Well, I think last game he got out 2 Yumi, so 3 Yumi is better than 2 Yumi.
Definitely.
They could even actually clean up these 10 Strelets with decent micro, but it would be kind of annoying.
Yeah. But I mean, Russia's backing off already, and I think that this is already a start that Japan likes more than last game.
Yeah, it's already looking for for a win
Yeah, and
for
maybe
Japan here.
a bit of a mistake there, staying sieging that barracks, as he lost about 4 free strelets there. And see, now he's going back to siege the shrine, which is just going to take forever, with strelets. But a daimyo comes out for Japan now.
Yeah, I actually thought this shrine placement wasn't the best, but now that I think about it, it was actually a very good shrine here next to his barracks because it just slows them down.
Yeah. And another wall coming out. I even think Japan could have gotten away with 600 wood here and just kept on shrine booming.
And the daimo's already out here.
Yeah. See, I wonder if that was maybe a bit, I don't know, preemptive. A bit of a panic shipment. But he might need it, though, with this growing Strelet mass.
And he can also make a Nagi out of it.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So it's like a mobile stable.
So, Russia is dropping a stable here before they send 5 Cossacks, so maybe we'll see 700 coin next or something.
Yeah, Russia may actually just try to get to H3 or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not like Japan's...
Or I think he's just got to mass a lot of units and just push in there.
Yeah.
Why 700 gold coming out here?
Yeah, I think that's just going to be for a Cossack spam, though, since he dropped the stable.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But we'll see. I'd like to see Japan rescue this explorer here. Get him making some shrines over here. But he doesn't really have the wood for 2 explorer shrining right now.
He is at 100 shrine pops, so he still has at least population room to make units.
And it's still a decent shrine count, right? And he's dropping another one now.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's actually looking quite good for Japan here, compared to the first game at least.
Yeah, the economies are relatively even. Japan slightly ahead, and Russia slightly ahead in military. Though Russia can't really push in with those kind of numbers.
No, and also this wall and building placement. I mean, Japan's economy is just completely protected right now.
Yeah. Although Japan is now just dropping a market. But that's okay.
Yeah, he couldn't afford one earlier, so.
Right.
He sent 5 Yumis now. I think he would have been better off sending 600 wood.
Could be, but maybe he needs them for this push. Looks like Russia's pushing right now, so this actually could be a smart thing. Oh, what's that daimyo doing?
Where is it? Oh. He's out chilling, scouting the landscape.
He just wanted to get a nice view. Got a little bored getting stuffed up in the walls. See, this is just such a hard position to push into because these Yumi outrange these Strelets, right?
Yeah.
4 range, which is kind of sizable here in H2. And he just can't get his units in here.
Is this completely walled off here between the barracks and the big shrine? I think so.
I think it's close. I think a unit can sneak in there, but that's almost maybe even better than completely walling it off because it might tempt Russia to get into engagement that he really doesn't want to. Because it's like enough for like maybe 1 cavalry to get through, or maybe no cavalry and just infantry.
So this is the point where Russia's starting to stress out a little bit, thinking, I can't do any damage to Japan, what is going on? He's just letting them grow. And
yeah, and he's not really sieging shrines either. It's maybe it feels a little awkward for Russia right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He did send boyars though, which strengthens his composition a lot.
But that is quite a large Yumi mass here. He's even got the Basteros in there mixed in.
And I don't think Russia can afford to push in here. And you see those Cossacks just kind of getting hung up there between the shrine and the town center. And Russia's just leaving without killing anything and losing several of his own units.
What do you think Russia should do here? I mean, should they age up and go for cannons, Opry, or something?
I think you have to. I think you have to back up siege shrines around the map, um, and then yeah, maybe age up behind it, or just try and keep all the shrines off the map for Japan.
Yeah, Japan's at 120 shrine pop. If Russia sieges down 3 or 4 shrines, he's gonna be in a much better spot.
Yeah, I agree. And he should be able to see, with the Fog of War on, he can, well, I have Fog of War for both players, but you can see these herds bunched up around these shrines, even if you don't have direct line of sight. And so
Yeah.
Russia should be able to see that pretty much most of Japan's shrines are on this left side.
I think if Russia goes out and starts sieging this, though, Japan will respond.
Yeah, you have to think he has to be a little more active with this army, right? He's just sort of standing here. These Cossacks even move so fast they can siege shrines on their own. But it looks like he's just going to opt to just keep massing units. Though he has popped here momentarily. So Japan sending 4 bills, still no 600 wood. But I think that's okay, as their shrines can sustain the wood for the shrine boom here, I think, from this point. And he still has some nice infrastructure.
But now will be the point where you should make some Nagi, maybe. Because Nagi are just so good against Strelets.
I agree. But Cossacks also do very well against other cavalry, but Yumi also do well against Cossacks if they're not being attacked by them. So.
And Russia's being pretty stubborn here, just trying to do a frontal attack here.
Yeah, I mean, all of these Yumis are firing, and only just a few of the front row Strelets are firing. And these Cossacks are getting in here, but at what cost? These actually are going to go melee, and then both sentries are going to pop. Oh, my game is kind of freaking out graphically.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing that too. Like the
Not sure
Daimo
what's going
is switching on and off. The Japan units are like flashing.
Yeah, my Japan units are flashing too.
I think it's
bizarre.
because on one of them, maybe their graphics are a bit high or something.
Huh, this is weird.
Yeah. It's actually kind of hurting my eyes.
Yeah, and it has to be frustrating for the players too. I don't know why this is happening.
I'm gonna try not to look at that battle.
That was, I don't think we've had lag issues on other battles. I'm gonna lower my graphics just a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I have a GTX 980, so I don't.
I have a
sure
GTX 970, so.
Yeah, it's not us. It's
Yeah.
gotta be one of them.
But are your units still flashing a little bit? A couple of them? The Japans?
Yeah, the Daimo and like this
Yeah.
Yumi Archer with 6 HP.
So we're boasting it on our screen, so that's weird. It's not like our individual
No.
games.
And
are
a
messing
couple of the villagers on one of the cherry orchards in the back.
Yeah, I see that as well. But let's try it out.
All right.
See how it goes. But
Maybe it's just the map. A bug of this map with the Daimo buff
That's a
and
big-
the buildings. There's just too much going on.
nonetheless, we see that fight definitely went in favor of Japan, because Russia had a huge military advantage going into that, and now Japan is up. And although Japan is down -10 in economic population, so Russia's sort of played this boomier style, maybe contained. Though I'd like to see, if they're containing, I'd like to see them siege some shrines.
And more Cossacks being massed here. He's got quite a large number of Cossacks now.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
what happened to your UI? Oh, there we go.
the
Military units. 30 Cossack and 35 Strelets. The Strelet mass did dwindle down quite a bit here. I
Yeah.
think it was... He's
But-
actually probably made twice as many as that.
Ashy traditionally don't do great versus Cav though, compared to other musks. And it seems like when I'm looking at this Japan player, it's lagging.
Yeah, I'm trying not to look at him.
Yeah, okay, we'll look away. That is bizarre. But this Cossack mass, I think, means that Japan can't really push out because they can get snared, and a Cav snare is just brutal. So I would still really like to see Japan, or Russia, be more proactive around the map, controlling the shrines. I'm not sure what to do when a fight comes in.
And now he's moving towards the right side of the map here, maybe
Yeah,
trying to take these 2 shrines down.
I think he wants to clear. I think he wants to hunt on this side of the map, especially with that forward blockhouse.
Okay, so Japan up at the 170 shrine pop. And he's pushing out here.
Yeah, this could be a big fight. Oh, he's going back. God, Russia just has so many units here. He's popped at 155. I just want to peek this fight, but I don't want to stare too long to Japanese units because I'm afraid it's going to cause some lag again.
I think it only causes lag when they're behind trees or walls.
Oh, okay.
Like out in the open,
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now. That's bizarre. Oh, he could. Oh, nice snare here.
Oh,
This
no,
is lagging again.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm honestly gonna look away for a second, just because I want the players to have a good game. For Nagi Ray coming in here, those would probably be really nice at the fight right now.
Yeah, I'm also looking away and it's still lagging, so it's probably one of them. And the fight's actually looking in favor of Japan because these Cossacks are moving out. Well, if you can kill this Daimyo, it's going to be pretty big for Russia.
Yeah. Oh, that daimyo is gonna drop, I think. Russia still has the better military pop advantage here. Yeah. You have like 8 Cossacks here doing nothing. They're gonna find the Nagi.
I think now that the Daimyo is down, the lag is better because there's no buff.
Yeah, that's what Ryan was saying in the Twitch chat, that it's the aura, which is kind of weird. I didn't know it acted like that. But I feel relieved that it's not us, but at the same time, sucks that the players kind of had to deal with that lag. But this fight actually went pretty well for Russia. Quite well, actually. The Yumi just couldn't quite get behind the walls and they got snared by the Cossacks, it looks like. And 5 Ashy coming here, but what does it do?
Well, what is going on? Look at the score difference now. It's huge. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Swing.
Yeah, that is an insane score difference. I mean, look at the economic and the military though, the populations.
Yeah, I guess Japan just lost all of his army, and well, right now he's inside his town center with these villagers. He's also down to 1 cherry orchard. Yeah, with 1,800 food on it.
I think he's trying to macro for this colonial militia pop, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. That's a good game.
And there's the GG.
So Holme is taking this best of 3. I thought well played by him in this series. MASTERdutch. Also, I really enjoyed his brick game.
Yeah, well played.
An unfortunate instance of lag here in the last game, but it's just one of those things that's too hard to predict. The previous games were just fine. In terms of lag.
that was very unfortunate, but I don't know. Maybe it would have turned out the same with no lag. What do you think? Because Russia just had too much stuff.
Yeah, it's true. but Russia had a lot of stuff, and he kind of caught Japan out of position outside of his
And
walls.
Japan didn't make any Nagi at all. They just
Yeah.
had one Daimo.
He had those 4, but they got caught by the Cossacks on their way back up to the fight.
Oh yeah, he sent to raid
Yeah.
those 4, right?
Yeah, but this was a more economic play here out of Russia, which I liked. Meanwhile, Japan went for a more defensive, low shrine pop sort of build order, and didn't quite work out for him. But that
No.
concludes our first series here in this Friday stream, and I believe up next we have Bobabu versus British Musketeer.
I know Bobabu is a pretty good